Someone on TikTok sold me a brand new S25 Ultra for $100. A fool. And I did my due diligence as well. The spec sheet said Android 14 and promised me 3 years of software update. And they said it had all the latest AI features. This is the S23 Ultra, and this, we're gonna unbox the TikTok S25 Ultra. Let's take a look. First of all, we got a big box here, okay? Smells like Bangkok. On top, we have a SIM card pin. No! This is already worth my money. Guys, it's a plastic case. OnePlus used to do this. It's a very dinky case, I'm not gonna lie. You know, you see that there. But I have a real S24 Ultra case here as well, so we're gonna test out a few cases. And a screen protector. Oh my god. Value, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else is in here. Guys, I swear, if there's a charging brick inside, this phone that even Samsung doesn't give, that's it. I am renouncing my allegiance to my Korean overlords, and I will pledge myself to... Oh, it just comes out. Okay, so we have a lunch tray, and there's nothing else in here. Max power output, 5 watts. Okay, it's a little bit on the low side. You know what I mean? It's supposed to go up to 25, but we'll see what happens. USB-C cable. Okay, whoa. No way. Samsung better be taking notes. USB-C wired earbuds. This is my first time seeing USB-C earbuds, by the way. So far, as far as value is concerned, this is already $100 in Samsung peripheries. A Samsung charging brick costs $45. Charging cable costs about $25. Case is like $50 to $75. We already made our money, but we haven't even gone to the phone yet. But before I get into this plastic baggie, make sure to smash the subscribe button because it really helps grow a channel like this one and fund this. Also, if you want to join our monthly giveaway where we give awesome merch away to any of you guys anywhere in the world, make sure to also follow us on Instagram, and the winner is going to be announced there. Let's see what we have inside. So inside this plastic bag. Are you seeing this? Ooh, okay, glass back. It is glass. The sides are fully aluminum, no branding. We're gonna have to test the quality of these cameras, but this just feels way nicer. And it is fully full. I don't know if it's titanium, but it feels like titanium. It feels really good. And the keys actually have texture to them. So it's not like cheap, you know, smooth keys like on the original. These are textured keys, which is awesome. The screen, of course. Oh, that scared me. That scared me for a minute. I was like, what am I doing wrong? So there's a screen protector they already applied, which I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Okay, that was probably not a screen protector. Sounds a little hollow. Listen to this. You hear the difference, right? Okay, so, and it is lighter. It's still heavy. It has weight to it, but it is a little bit lighter. The S Pen. Oh my. A little rattle to it. It's a little cheap feeling. Oh! It snaps. There's a spring inside. So that's there. Very cool. Just put that right back. Let's just leave this onto the side. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see what happens. Well, big fat welcome. You do see the bezels obviously are pretty gigantic. I mean, look at them. Ooh. Pre-unlocked, no setup required, no data transfer, no setup, just straight into Android 14. I like that. It does look like Android 14, except my icons are like floating around down there, which is a little weird, but let's go ahead and see what we got in here. First of all, the display is obviously not as sharp. You can see the individual pixels. It looks like an LCD display, although a very good LCD display. Let me see how bright it gets. Wait, this doesn't really feel like Android 14 to me. I'm not gonna lie. This feels a little bit older. Flashlight. Oh, look at that. Anyways, that's all for the past. Like, that's all for people who, you know, care. Let me go into the Wi-Fi. Let me see if I can connect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and install the system installer. But while it does that, let me go ahead and check out the camera quality. The camera software is literally the exact same. Okay. There's a pro mode, there's a video mode. Yo, it's not bad. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And by the way, let's see if it fits like the real S24 Ultra phone case. Nope. This phone case is for the S24 Ultra, but it won't fit it at the top. So it does not fit the case. Like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Okay. So this is on the YouTube app right now. It works. This is maximum volume. As far as the viewing quality is concerned, okay for a $100 phone. Like, I'm not gonna complain about the display itself because it was $100. However, speakers are garbage, absolutely trash. It sounds like it's coming out of a tin can, so the speakers don't sound good and they don't get loud. It does connect to Wi-Fi. You just saw YouTube run. It does take pictures and videos as well. I'm checking if Chrome is good. Okay, I just opened Chrome. It took me to Pfizer's website. I don't like that. Okay, so it does search pretty well. It isn't going to be the fastest phone, of course, but I mean, you can browse the web, you can watch YouTube videos, you can take pictures, and you can have a phone that has seemingly very robust build quality. So what are the downsides of this mega deal? First of all, it doesn't seem to have the latest Android that it said it does. Now, it is on the updater, so I've had the updater running for like a few minutes now, and it's stuck at 99%. The S Pen, of course. Do you guys see how thick that nib is? Bro, that's a fatty on the end of that. This is the real one. So you do see a very sharp nib there. Okay, it's installing. It started to install Android 14. It's moving. So we're gonna see what happens with that. I'm kind of excited. I really want to be able to see that happen on this. If it happens, we're downloading Genshin and seeing what we can do with that. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. The phone has downloaded what it considered the latest software update. It says Google Play Protect is turned on. System upgraded successfully. I don't see any upgrade here. Let me go ahead and see Okay, I hate that so much. The photos. These are the photos I just took. Damn, dude, just let me. Oh my god, no. I'm not angry, obviously. So here we have the photo I just took. There is Google Lens. Okay, so Google Lens is working. None of these dudes are me. But Google Lens is working, it seems, which is cool. I don't see any Galaxy AI features, which we should have if this is an S25 with the latest, you know, Android 14, 15 as I was promised. So I was able to log into my Google account. What I'm gonna do is download at least a major game and see how that runs. But we're also gonna take a look into the settings and see what the processor it's running, or at least what does it say it's running. The top suggested apps for me are TikTok and Temu, so little sus. Oh no, it's synced to all my contacts. All of your information is out now to the Chinese authority. I apologize, but it is what it is, isn't it? Wait, what am I doing? So here it is. The device model is a C37 Ultra. It has 8 gigs of RAM, and it's not like the iPhone 8 gigs. Okay, 256 gigabytes of ROM. Okay, wow. CPU is a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I am not kidding. Oh my god. I don't believe it. Okay, so relax, calm your tits. So it's telling me that there's 8 gigs of RAM and a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. That combo should work very well when it comes to running Genshin. We might not be able to get, 60 FPS or 120 FPS. Well, no, we should be able to get 60 FPS, maybe not 120, but it should be smooth running. Also, it does say it's Android 13, so not 14 or 15. I don't believe all of these specs, but what I'm most thrown off by is the fact that this apparently has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with 8 gigs of RAM. Okay, so we're gonna have to play some games and see if that actually is what it is. That's 5 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. It took 6 hours to download Genshin Impact. 6 hours, okay? Everyone is like, let's just download some other cheap game. I said no. This phone died in the process of downloading one game, aka Genshin Impact. I had to put this on charge and it started at 100%. So we've been here for a few hours, but I wanted to play the magnificent MMORPG game that is the pinnacle of free world roaming on mobile. Genshin Impact. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the game on the phone. Okay, so we're playing on essentially the lowest graphics you can, the lowest frame rate you can, and it's still glitching like crazy, okay? I waited 6 hours for this. Okay. So Genshin Impact is essentially unplayable. You cannot fight in this game, in a game that is so slow. But that makes me think, we just found out that this was an 8 Gen 3, okay, with 8 gigs of RAM. It should theoretically perform better than the S24 FE, and it's absolutely garbage. So either the cores are like half of them are blown off on the processing chip, and this is some recycled chip that they found somewhere, put it in the phone, or they're lying and there's actually no Snapdragon inside. Let's find out. Cause, oh my, dude, this was such a, this is sad, man. I waited hours to download this game only to get garbage playback. So I've downloaded the InWare app. This allows me to see what the hardwares are inside. I'm gonna give it full permission. But let's get started. Let's look at the hardware first and foremost. So the CPU, Unisoc SE, it's a chip made by a company called Unisoc SC9863A. The funny thing is though, if we go into our about phone on the device as it came and we go down to RAM, it says Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it says 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of ROM, and Android version 13. However, the InWare app is telling us it's a Unisoc SC9863A chip. Garbage. In other words, it's nothing near a flagship chip. So it's not even a Snapdragon, it's not even a recycled Snapdragon. It's just something completely different. In other words, this person lied. It is 8 cores, which is funny. So that's the hardware. Let's go ahead and take a look at the system. Is this Android 13? No, ladies and gentlemen, it is Android 12. Okay, so it's not even Android 13. That's a lie as well. The security patch was done July 5th, 2022, the last time it was done. Now let's go ahead and see what our cameras are all about. So 2 lies already. It's a 5 megapixel front camera. I mean, that's all right. I don't really mind that too much. On the back camera, we have a 16 megapixel camera. It's not that bad. It's okay. The camera wasn't horrid for a $100 phone. It's all right. Let's take a look at memory. Remember, 256 gigs ROM. Absolutely not there. We're not even at 8 gigs RAM. It's 4 gigabytes of RAM, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a lie as well. That was not true for them. And the total internal storage is 128 gigs. Nowhere close to 200, so that was a lie. It's not telling us how many milliamp hours is in the battery, but the health is good, so at least it's not like a dangerous or recycled battery in here. But overall, what we found is this is a lie. Okay, so what do I think? Even though they lied, it still got to me. It still is a phone, it still works, it still plays the games, it still calls the people, the internet still works, so it still gets connection. But for $100, you can get something that is a lot more reliable. Honestly, the only like significant thing here, the only good thing about this phone, in order, number 1, the hardware. Okay, this is actually pretty phenomenally well built. Again, it's like 5 something AM now, so apologies, except for the S Pen. Like, we broke that here. Okay, this was garbage quality, but overall it feels heavy. The back is glass, like the cameras all have metal rings around them. This metal all around the phone, it's not hollow. It is a very solid and textured feeling metal, and the same can be said about the buttons as well. The screen itself, I mean, it's solid. It's not you know, coming out or sharp at any edges where the glass actually meets the bezel. It is flat and flush. So the hardware, cool. Okay, it was very significant when it came out of the box. However, as we get into the device and we look at, you know, I like bezels, but these are kind of, you know, kind of gigantic, and so those give everything away. Obviously there's no branding on the back, and the cameras themselves give a lot of them away. Like, you can see how tiny the cameras are on the inside, but they made the rings huge. I mean, if we look at a real one, the cameras are significantly larger in size. At least the sensors are going to be larger, obviously, but obviously the megapixels are better on the real one as well. And then when we get into actual data usage, you're getting 4 gigs of RAM and a Unisoc chip, which is cheap trash. It's not even worth $100. So that's where they make their money, okay? You're not getting what they're telling you it's not. It's not. It is a cheap garbage chip with 4 gigs of RAM, which is That's like 2015, maybe 2014. That might have been okay, usable, but not anymore. Not with the apps that we're running today. So if you're trying to run any modern app, you're trying to run Notion, or apps where there's even a semblance of productivity, you're gonna have issues. That's what it is. This is garbage. I'm gonna try and see if I can return it, because I'll be like, hey, TikTok, they lied, and we'll see where that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see me expose Samsung's biggest scam, then make sure to click right here. But if you want to see me expose some of the worst desk setups possible, then check out this video right here. Until next time, take it easy, peace, and please subscribe.